Hello everyone, I am here with Sue and Bob Olson in their Minnesota garden, and I'd like to congratulate you on being Garden Gate's Reader Garden Award winners this year.
Thank you very much. It's
Thank
an
you.
honor.
What an honor.
Thank you for inviting us into your garden. This has been so fun to see it and hear your story about it. So we're standing right now in front of this island, which you told us is the first thing that was here when you moved here.
That's right. We moved into the house about 26 years ago, and the only thing that was here was this island bed. It didn't look anything like this.
Wow. Yeah.
Very overgrown and kind of a mess, and we gave it a year to see what it would do, and the following spring we had plans. And I think it was an 85-degree day in April.
Oh
which
gosh.
never happens. And we were out here digging and moving and splitting and whatever. And over time, this is all morphed into what we have today.
Well, it's amazing. Every spring, new plans now, huh?
That's right. That's right. Every spring there's something new, and he looks at me and says, "What are we doing?"
How much more grass are we going to cut out?
Well, you haven't balked yet. You keep going. It's
Yeah.
all right. He's a good sport.
He's
then.
a good guy. We'll
And
keep him.
has become a gardener.
That's right. That's right.
Over that time too.
That's exactly
That's
right.
great.
I've learned quite a bit.
That's great. Well, I'm interested because it's so colorful. It's August right now, and the garden is still, it looks really fresh and colorful. You must have something blooming in almost every month.
I do, and I strive for that starting in the spring, and I try to have color all the way through until frost in the fall. And it's important to me. And I'm always watching, I think of it like it's like an artist doing a painting, and I'm always looking for where the gaps are, where we need color, or that kind of thing. And so that's my long-term goal, is to have
it's really
good
nice
color all the time.
And you have great annuals that sort of bridge the gaps between perennials and shrubs that are blooming. I mean, your begonias are just amazing.
Yeah, the begonias are my favorite.
Are they?
Yeah, I love them for their bright color, the fullness, their easy care from the standpoint of no deadheading. I have too much that I would have to deadhead.
It's just too much to have to manage that.
So it makes
daily.
it easier, and they just get big and lush and wonderful.
They really, they just keep getting better all summer too.
Yep, exactly.
So you grow a lot of dragon wings,
Yes.
and a lot of begonias in general, right?
That's right.
Do you feed them?
Yes, I use Osmocote in the spring, and excuse me, it works very well for me. Sometimes I'll give a little boost around the 1st of August just to give that final push through the season, especially, like this year we've had so much rain, and
Oh yeah.
I feel like it kind of washes it out sometimes.
So just a slow release in the planting time.
And that makes
And
it
then
easier for me.
occasionally,
Again, for me it's about efficiency because of, having so much to take care of.
It's just too much to manage to do it. And so you garden on, you have an acre total, but the garden is maybe half
Probably
that?
half
About
of
half.
that, I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Okay. I love how you have so many begonias mixed all throughout the yard. This one is just beautiful. Do you overwinter them every year?
I do take some cuttings and root them over the winter, and you'd be surprised at how many you can get that way. And also in the spring, you'd be surprised. I don't really have to buy as many as you'd think, because I can take cuttings off of the existing plants, put them in rooting hormone, and put them right in the dirt, and they grow.
Oh yeah, that's really a great thing about begonias.
Yeah. Yes. Best kept secret.
That's right. Good to know. And here we are by this theme garden right here. Bob, what can you tell me about this purple and gold garden I see?
Well, I'm a big Viking fan, and I wore Sue down. This Viking portion of the garden started with a football on the ground, which was on sale. I saw it at the nursery. I talked to Sue every time we went in the nursery. Finally, she broke down and said, "Okay, you can have your Viking garden." And I'm very proud of it. Some things to point out: we got a V, purple V for Vikings, and we have the Vikings over the cheesehead plant, symbolizing for non-football fans the Green Bay Packers. But we won't talk about who has more Super Bowl wins. but I'm still a Viking fan.
But you have a nice garden to sort of represent your love for the Vikings, though.
Yes, and I love the Viking velvet maple.
Oh, that is a pretty one.
So
Very
s-
pretty. And
so
it's hardy here.
Yes, it is.
That's nice.
It
Zone,
is.
zone 5,
Zone
right?
5.
Zone
Yep.
5.
Mhm.
There
We
aren't-
are now Zone 5. We didn't used to be.
Yeah, it's a really pretty maple. Very nice. So this is at the edge of the vegetable garden,
Right.
and you have some other sort of theme gardens throughout the yard.
I do.
And this butterfly garden over here is interesting to me. Tell me more about how that was
Well,
established.
about 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was in the spring, and it was April actually, and I thought about my gardens, and I didn't want to let them go that summer, but I knew what I was faced with. So I threw myself into the gardens and worked, trying to get everything done. And the last night that I was out here working, a butterfly
in April.
in April in Minnesota landed on me. And then it came up and it fluttered around and it came back and it landed on me again and again. And in that moment, I knew that everything was going to be okay.
Wow.
So
That's
I
a
have
powerful
to,
story.
I have to recognize that. So I have this is my little butterfly area in here.
And is it planted with plants that butterflies enjoy, or is it more about the design of the garden?
It's more about the design of the garden and the sculptures that are in there and that type of thing. But it's important to me, and I won't ever change that.
No, of course not. What a
So-
story. That's an amazing story. And it speaks to how gardens can be such an important part of of a healing
That's
mentally, physically, in all ways.
exactly.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So
Well, another thing I like in this garden here is your beautiful window over here.
Well-
Did you make that?
yeah, there's a story with that. There are several windows throughout the gardens, and 2 of them came from Bob's grandmother's home, and they were discards in the alley.
Oh, wow.
And we, I wanted them, but I didn't know what I was going to do with them. I've had them for years, and I had a moment of inspiration. I don't know how that happens.
It happens
And-
a lot.
So he says.
Very
But anyway,
encouraging.
so I decided to turn them into garden art. And I used glass beads to create the mosaic designs in them. And there are 3 of them throughout the gardens. Kind of fun to do.
Oh, it's beautiful. How did you do it? What was the process you
Well,
used?
they're just glass beads, like the half marble beads or whatever. And then I used E6000 outdoor glue and, first I created my design and then I glued them in place.
One by one.
One by one.
After
Yep.
while it was laid out on the glass.
So
And you've had it this year, and then you'll take it in.
yeah,
for the
and then we'll take it
winter.
in for the winter.
Uh-huh.
But with this crazy weather we've had this summer, they withstood all the wind and the hail and everything
The rain.
else. And but I'm not going to trust it to the winter.
Yeah, they still stand strong. The way the light shines through is just so beautiful.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's really
So,
nice.
Yeah, that's been a nice addition this year.
It's so nice that you have everything labeled in the garden.
Yeah, I'm a little obsessive about it, but it helps my memory, and it just helps me to know exactly what I have, what variety I have, or
It helps you and it helps visitors both.
right.
So what do you put on the labels?
Well, usually I get the common name and the scientific name on there, and then on the back I have the date that it was planted, the size, height, and width of it, and then if I receive it from somebody, I put their name on it.
Oh, that's cool. So that
then
way you know
I always know
who it came
this
from.
one. For example, this one was from Leslie Starr in June of 2013.
And so you can think of that person every time you see that plant.
Exactly.
That's really lovely. So, and then you share plants with people as well, right?
I do. That's a big part of gardening for me. Well, for us, is the sharing. And every spring, obviously we have a lot to split. And generally every year we put out maybe 200 plants for people to take. We put them out on the driveway, and everyone kind of knows about it. And when that time comes, it's just a free-for-all. Just
Neighbors,
first come, first serve,
friends.
neighbors, friends.
Right.
Sometimes I put it in some of my social media groups,
Uh-huh.
you know. Those people come, and it's fun. It's very gratifying for me to be able
Wow.
to share and know that those plants are being spread.
And
That's-
people ask about it. Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Splitting.
Yeah. And sometimes they'll say, hey, I didn't get to your plants, but, or your giveaway,
division, yeah.
whatever. Is there any chance I could have a piece of?
Right.
And I try to accommodate always.
Oh,
for
that's
sure.
really
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Because you've been given things and you've shared a lot.
Exactly. And
That's really nice.
what it is all about.
So that's not the only way you work with other people for your garden. It sounds like you have a lot of mulch here every year. A lot of mulching to do, right?
A lot of mulch. When we first moved here, 7 cubic yards of mulch. Well, that has evolved due to Sue's creativity and, hey, let's create some more garden area. You'll have less to mow. I will point out, I think I've reduced my mow time by 15 minutes. However, the mulch has increased from 7 cubic yards to 42 cubic yards
Per year.
Per year.
per year. And about 3 years ago, I decided I need to work smarter. So we started having a mulch party. What's a mulch party? Invite family, friends, usually about 5 of us. We have wheelbarrows. And the mission is to move the 2 dump truck full that's sitting in the driveway to 5 different staging areas on tarps to the backyard where most of our garden is located. And then I've got about 1 week to get the mulch off the tarps and the grass, or I have dead grass. So far, it's worked out. This year it was 9 days.
So it lasted you had 9 days.
9 days for the last tarp area.
So that's really reduced your moving time to
Right,
be able to have a lot of friends.
So
to
instead
help
of
with
it,
that part.
instead of it taking about 6 weeks, I'm able to get the mulch down in about 10 days, 10 days.
That's a big difference. And then you have food. And
Yep, we have food. Everyone knows
activities,
who's cooking, and
right, nice.
so and the
Fun
grandkids come and they have their little wheelbarrows, and we have a good time.
It's like a whole day of it. That's great. Very nice. Let's go do a little bit more exploring.
Okay. Of great importance to me as a gardener and just as a human being is my connection with other people and important people in my life. And that's represented throughout the gardens. In fact, really everything in my gardens has meaning. There's something behind what I've done. There's a reason that I've done it. This area right here is a memorial garden to our grandson that we lost 2 years ago, Anders. And a symbol for our family, for Anders, is the bumblebee. And you'll see that sprinkled throughout here, representing him and memorializing him. That's very important to me. And of course, the birch tree here is in memory of my father, with the wise owls beneath. We always said that he was the wise owl of the family. So that's represented there. And we have the shed here my brother built for us, probably about 15 years ago, I'm guessing.
Really nice.
And I love it, and it means a lot to me that it's his handiwork. And that, again, I like that concept.
Yeah, very nice. Is it is it a storage shed?
It's storage, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's a working garden shed, but
Yes.
it's a very beautiful example of a working garden shed.
So it's just
That's
kind of a
nice.
nice focal point as
It
you
is
walk
nice.
back here.
It's in a good spot too.
Yeah. And then, we have plants from different family members, like from after his mother passed, we took some plants from her garden, and those are represented here. There was a bleeding heart that a friend had given her when you were born, and she still had it, and I have a piece of that. So that's here.
So that's one
special.
thing that's older than me in the garden.
I guess you're right. So, and then we have a pew from Bob's home church, original home church, that we refinished and put a sag on it. And there's a little bit of a story that goes with that.
Story with that.
A little challenging to get back to Mankato.
So I stuck it in the car. The hatch is open, 3-hour drive from Little Falls to Mankato. I got halfway through the trip after listening to the beeping warning that your hatch is open. I said, why don't I turn the radio up louder than the alarm? That worked great the rest of the trip. But then the very next morning, I forgot to turn the volume down. I almost went through the roof.
Because the stereo is still so
Stereo's
loud.
still on.
Ah,
Oh my
that's
God.
funny. Well,
So-
now you have a beautiful bench and a great
Yes.
story to go along with it.
That's right. It was worth the effort.
So you have a lot of rabbits. I see ornaments
Yes.
throughout the garden.
It's I have a love-hate relationship with rabbits. They're fine when they don't eat my garden.
So these rabbits, you
So
like
these
you
are
love
good.
these rabbits.
These are very good. But I probably have hundreds of them, all different shapes and sizes, and I challenge the little grandchildren to go around and count bunnies and
Oh,
see if
that's
they can
fun.
find them. So,
That's fun.
but
But you have had some damage from rabbits
yeah.
over the years
oh
too.
yes. Mhm.
Yeah. So what are you? How are you mitigating that?
Well, we used to use a lot of liquid fence. That gets old as the garden gets bigger, and so after putting up a larger fence for the deer, which were also a battle, we have
2-foot high mesh that goes along about 700 feet of fence, secured by zip ties, and about 700 zip ties later, a few blisters, the project is done, but it has kept the
it's
rabbits
kept
out.
them out. Yeah.
And you've been able to you keep it flush with the ground and about 2 feet up, and that pretty much keeps
That, and I
takes care of
do have to walk the perimeter just to see if anyone's digging under, but so far they have not.
Yeah, so that was a game changer, truly. So the front, of course, though, we do have to spray,
Yeah.
and for both the deer and the rabbits, but that's okay, that's manageable.
But the fenced-in area, it's made quite a bit of
Yep.
difference. I noticed in your cut flower garden, against the back fence, you've put it in a Vigo garden,
Yes.
raised beds or raised planters, and you said that's made a big difference with pest control as well.
Oh, absolutely. The critters can't get to it. It's high enough. They are high enough off of the ground that it's not an issue. I love them.
Yeah,
I,
that's
you know,
nice.
you can kind of see them throughout my gardens.
Yeah,
So.
it's a nice kind of height difference.
Yeah.
Adds a little
Visually
interest.
it gives interest too.
Yeah, it's really nice. Wow, what a view from the patios too. Are you ever able to sit down and enjoy them?
We do. That's important. We at the end of the day, it's nice to sit down and put our feet up and relax. In the fall, we use the fireplace a lot, and we really enjoy it. We make sure that we enjoy it, and again, the sharing with friends.
So you can entertain here too,
Yes.
and just sit down and relax with friends and enjoy the view and the
Exactly.
sound of the water. Well, I am so fortunate that I got to enjoy it this evening with you. Thank you again for inviting us here and for sharing your garden with us and with our readers.
Well, thank you.
Well,
Thank you for the opportunity.
And
And
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're honored.
We're honored.